Sit in a chair in the middle of the field. 2 p.m.
Well, after 15 years, you're bound to piss off someone. So much. Thank you. 15 years, the beginning of our 15th season. You know, a lot has changed in that time. 15 years ago in Seattle, the traffic was lousy. Bill Gates had a nerdy haircut. Everyone was strung out on espresso. The Seahawks were a team on the rise, and the Mariners were a joke. Boy, how time has changed. Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, there was a picture of Mariners manager Lou Piniella in yesterday's paper that I think summed it all up. Hey, Lou, how was the season? There's Lou saying it was fine. It was fine. Tense man there. Anyway, the Huskies had a few problems in Nebraska today. But I got to tell you, the game was a lot closer than the score would lead you to believe. You know, score, I believe, was the main problem. I think if they hadn't been keeping score, the Huskies would have had a much better chance. Got some bad calls. You know, anyway, since we were last on the air, Nordstrom's moved across the street. They wanted to get away from that steel drum band, you know, that was always playing. God, driving us crazy. You know, so moved across the street. The grand opening of Nordstrom was a little hectic. I think we have some footage of that. There's some, yeah, there is, yeah. Now, what exactly was that insanity this summer? I mean, thousands and thousands of people, they waited in line for hours in the grand opening because they were giving out keychains. This is what I mean, that's what you get, you know, you get one of those at the Puyallup Fair when you miss the milk bottles. You know, it's like, you know. Like next time, here's the keychain, you know. I mean, I have to admit, after the crowds died down, I went into Nordstrom's, and my first thought, tell me if anyone shared this first thought, that's it? That's it? This is what we had to open the Westlake Mall for? All the fanfare was for this? The first floor looks like Kmart. Am I on it does? I mean, you know, I love Nordstrom's, but that, I mean, Frederick's looked cool. Where's the clock? Where's the cool stuff? You know, that it's just like they lowered the ceilings. I mean, then people say, oh no, you go upstairs and they all sorts of cool decorations. They put fish tanks, which I went up there and they're in the children's section. Oh, that was smart. It's like, tick, 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 tick. Mom! Watch the fish show. Like, tick, 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 tick. I don't know. Well, it's an interesting new innovation for Nordstrom anyway, but they're not the only ones. We've been around for a while, but we never stop trying to improve our show. We've got some new features, and I'd like to share them with you now.
is proud to present the new, modern, streamlined 1998 Almost Live. We're increasing production to make this season 20% funnier. Each joke is factory tested.
You must live in Kent.
That's good.
So I said to him, you must live in Everett.
That's not good enough for Almost Live. Our new digital signal contains fluoride and whitener. And check out these new segments. You loved him as lead guitarist for Kiss. Now watch Ace Frehley Gardner.
Check. 1, 2. Check.
New for the kids, it's Keiko the foul-mouthed whale.
Would somebody please give me my f***ing fish?
Back from Austria, it's the Martha Stewart Show.
That is delicious.
Yeah, that's nice. That's lovely. I have an idea. Why don't you use a spoon? A spoon. Okay, look, a spoon. Look, I'm a person. I'm eating with a spoon, huh? Very nice. That's only chicken.
And the crazy new game show, Let's Toss Patty Murray. And that's the 1998 Almost Live. What do you think, America?
Okay, now we've got 3 candidates going to the ribbon cutting for that new child center out in Wallingford.
Right, and then we're going to need someone to go eat lutefisk with old people in Ballard tonight.
Oh, yeah, I'm working on that.
Okay.
Hello, Washington State Democratic Headquarters.
Yeah, hello, this is Bill Clinton calling from the White House.
The president?
That's right. Who's this?
Gretchen. Gretchen Delaney. I'm a volunteer here.
Hey, Gretchen. Listen, I'm thinking of coming out there to help campaign for some of your state candidates.
Oh?
Yeah, how's that sound?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. You know, I need to get out of D.C. for a while, and I thought the trip out there would be just the thing.
Do you hang on for a moment, Mr. President?
Sure.
Okay, now I'm just going to put you on hold for just a second.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Oh, God, he wants to come out here. No! He's the president.
So what? He'll kill us in the polls if he shows up out here.
Wait a minute. What harm would it do to put him in a photo op with Senator Murray?
Well, think about it, Larry. Clinton is this tall. Senator Murray is...
I see what you mean. We can't have him come here.
Just tell them the polls are great and the candidates are fine, and thanks anyways.
Okay. Mr. President?
Yes, Monica?
Gretchen?
That's right.
We were just thinking
You
that...
know, I was just thinking, too, even if your polls are looking good, this is the time to pour it on. When do you want me?
Actually, you know, you could save the trip here because the vice president is already here.
Al is there?
Yes, in fact, he's right here, and it's not going to be necessary for you to come
Well,
out.
would you just put that rascal on the phone?
What?
Let me talk to him.
Okay. Just a moment. You're on, Larry.
But I don't even know what Gore sounds like.
Oh, come on, just talk slow, you know, like a robot.
Hello?
Al, it's good to hear your voice.
Yes. Hello, Mr. President.
What's this Mr. President crap? Come on, Al, it's me. It's Bill.
Hi, Bill.
You know, I'm planning on coming out there myself, Al. You think that's a good idea?
Yes. Come on out.
No.
I mean, no.
Mr. President, the vice president had to leave for an appearance in Bellevue.
Well, that's okay. Between you and me, I was getting kind of tired of talking to him. So listen now, how does Tuesday sound?
Oh, how does Tuesday sound? Well, it sounds...
What's going on there? Gretchen?
Oh, my God, Mr. President, our office is on fire.
You just hung up on the president.
Uh-huh.
Okay, she just hung up on the president.
Is anybody gonna answer that?
I have an idea. Okay. Thank you for calling Movie Line.
Gretchen?
Just hold on. Take it.
Hello? Hello?
Washington State Democratic.
Yeah, I know. Now listen to me, Gretchen. I'm getting the impression that somebody is not telling the truth. I don't care for that, do you?
No.
And I'm starting to get the idea that maybe you people don't want me out there.
Oh, no, it's not that. It's just that, I don't know how to tell you this, Mr. President, but all of our Democratic candidates are sick.
They're sick?
Yeah, they're really sick.
Well, I'll tell you what, when they get better, why don't I just fly on out?
Oh, no, actually, you know what, they're dead.
What?
Well, they're dead.
All of them?
Oh, yeah, every one of them.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, well, you know, these things happen.
So, guess there's...
No use campaigning for dead people,
Yeah. That doesn't even make sense.
No, it really doesn't. But I really want to thank you for everything you've offered, Mr. President.
Certainly. And please know this. I feel your pain. Oh. Now, you all hang in there.
All right, sir, we will.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir. Oh, my God, he bought it.
Yes! That was close. That was too close.
Good job.
Hey, everybody, we just got a fax. The president is flying out on Air Force One to do the eulogies.
This is the Late Report. Our top stories coming up, but first, here is Pat Cashman with a summary of the news.
Millions cheered this summer as Roy Rogers' home run record was shattered by Keiko. Meanwhile, White House Special Prosecutor Ringo Starr recently delivered his evidence to the House of Pancakes regarding that relationship between President Yeltsin and his intern, Monica K. Laternsky. Back to you, John.
Thank you, Pat. Washington State University has the largest freshman enrollment this year in the school's history. School officials say they are elated with all the new incoming students and are planning a get-acquainted riot next week. Well, Kenny G has purchased a new house in Malibu for $12.5 million, while he is selling his Hunts Point home for $26 million, more than twice as much. Real estate analysts explain that while the homes are roughly comparable in size, only one of them offers a breathtaking view of Kenmore. Well, Bellevue is considering distributing vouchers for social service programs to its residents so that they can give them to panhandlers instead of cash. It's part of Bellevue's new Let's Tease the Panhandlers program. We will be back with more of the Late Report after this short break.
It's okay to sweat when you're lifting weights, but at work, sweating isn't cool.
Jason Brooks, drug dealer.
Out here, I want to look and smell my best, and I don't have time to worry about my deodorant. That's why I use Speed Bar. Speed Bar gives me the confidence to sell drugs on even the hottest days. So whether I'm running from the police or shooting it out with another drug dealer, I don't have to worry about embarrassing odors or stains. And that keeps me one step ahead of the competition. And at the end of the day, when I'm all out of drugs to sell, I know that Speed Bar is still working. Speed Bar.
Soundshake 98, one of the largest simulated earthquake drills ever, was held last Tuesday with emergency crews pretending that a train derailed near Kent and the King County Courthouse walls collapsed. On the brighter side, however, those 3 stacked milk bottles at the Puyallup Fair remain standing. 4 monks went 260 feet underground in the new light rail tunnel in Portland to make peace with spirits they say were angered because the line burrowed beneath a cemetery. Stupid monks. Some Mariner players are complaining that the fence in Safeco Field is too far away for home runs. They've also complained that the seats are built in such a configuration that everyone can stare at them and make them really nervous. In a related story, a citizens group called Seattle Can Say No is protesting the naming of the new baseball stadium Safeco Field, saying it shouldn't be named after a company. Critics say it's a shame the activists waste time and money on such a trivial subject when it could be better used airlifting old, confused whales from Hollywood movies to cages in the Atlantic Ocean. And now here with a commentary is a drunken college girl at a wedding.
Hi. Oh, it was so great to see everybody. Didn't Jennifer look gorgeous? I know. It was her mother's dress, you know. I thought she'd always marry Tom. I don't think he got invited because he said he wanted to dance with her, and that was kind of weird. But the reception was great, and the food was great. But sometimes wedding food makes me sick because you get, like, the Caesar salad and the prawns. And by the time you have the roast beef and turkey on the plate, it all kind of congeals into one big mess. I could only eat a little bit of it before I just threw it away, but I had some fruit later, and it was pretty good. And Jennifer's father's speech was so cute. He kind of started to cry, but it was also kind of funny. And the dancing was awesome. The DJ was the same one we had at Lambda's. He played like Brown Eyed Girl, Jungle Love, Young MC, and Sweet Home Alabama. Woo! Woo! And there was like this circle of people on the dance floor, and they're just raging. And then like one person would go in the center, and they would dance, and it was like really fun. And it was like, woo! Yeah! Yeah! And then there was Chet. He was out there, and he was so cute. He was wearing like a blue blazer and tan slacks, and he just got this job at Arthur Anderson, and he just bought a new Civic, and it is so cool, and it's blue. And then the Kappas, they surrounded Jennifer, and they started singing, and it was really, really sweet. Well, I gotta go get another Chardonnay for Kelly.
All
okay,
right.
bye-bye.
Thank you. A drunken college girl. Drunken college girl at a wedding. Finally, Michael Jordan's mother is in Seattle this weekend to speak at area churches about the importance of the family. Coincidentally, Latrell Sprewell's mom is also in town to spread the word about the importance of severely choking people who say things that hurt your feelings. This has been The Late Report. Stay with us because we're coming right back.
It's time again for Quick Fishin' with Carl Stevens. And here is Carl Stevens.
This is Carl Stevens, the Quick Fisherman. Today on Quick Fishing, we're here in Shallow Lake with our guide, Hoagie Hoagland. Now, Hoagie, we got a barbecue to get to in about 10 minutes. Let's get them fish up.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Look like we got about 7 or 8 here. Rainbow.
What's the limit in this lake?
I forget.
Quick Fishing with Carl Stevens.
All right, thank you very much for joining us for the beginning of our 15th season. We're thrilled to be back. If you'd like tickets, that's the number, 421-5555. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.